channel Knowledge Hub. Friends, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for the latest update. Today we're going to start with your quantitative aptitude class, and that is your class is your 184 class of the session. In this we have to start with the arithmetical ability. In arithmetical ability we had done your many topics, and that is we have to continue with the time and distance. That is the 17th topic of the session, which we had started in the last classes as well. This is the class where we had covered up your 22th class questions of the sessions. We discussed about 23rd question of the session. So here we go. But before starting with this, it's a huge request to all the viewers to please go ahead with like, share and subscribe, so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even you can also enjoy the video as well. And on the same way we discuss about it. So let's get started here, and that has been the important one. So here we go. So on the same way, the question we have the ratio between the speed of the two trains is 7:8. If the second train runs 400 kilometers in 4 hours, then the speed of the first train is, that has been asked in the IMT examination paper. And on the same way for IMT, we are for IMT, and that is IMT, and the options were 70 km per hour, 75 km per hour, 84 km per hour and 87.5 km per hour here. And that is, let's go for the same. So here we go. Question is the ratio between the speeds of two trains is 7:8 if the second trains runs 400 kilometer in 4 hours, then the speed of the first train is, and that has been asked in IMT examination paper. So the options for the same, here we go: 70 km per hour, 75 km per hour, 84 km per hour, 87.5 km per hour. So we go for the solution here. Let the speed of the two trains be let the speeds of the train 7x and 8x km per hour, then 8x into 400 upon 400, x equals to 100 upon 8, which is equals to 12.5. Speed of first train equals to 7 into 12.5 kilometer per hour equals to 87.5 kilometer per hour. So for the same we go for it, and let's find out the another one, which has been the another important question here. And so we have as follows, that is your 24th question of the session. So here we go. A train travels at an average of 50 miles per hour for 1/2 hours and then travels at a speed of 70 miles per hour for 1/2 hour. How far did the train travels in the entire 4 hours? Options were 120 miles, 130 miles, 150 miles, 200 miles and 230 miles. That has been asked in the IGNOU examination paper. So we go for it, and that we have as follows. A train travels at an average of 50 miles per hour for 1/2 hours and then travels at a speed of 70 miles per hour for 1 by hours. How far did the train travel in the entire 4 hours? This has been asked in IGNOU examination paper. So here that has been asked in the IGNOU examination paper. The options were 120 miles, 150 miles, 200 miles, 230 miles, and that is your, for that the solution we have total distance travel equals to 50 into 2 1/2 plus 70 into 1/2 miles. So 125 plus 105 miles, that is equals to 230 miles. Now we go for another one, which is being the important one that we have to discuss here. That is the 25th question of the session. That the question we have as follows. So the question is, a man in a train noticed that he can count 21 telephone posts in 1 minute if they are known to be 50 meters apart. Then at what speed is the train traveling? So the options were 55 km per hour, 57 km per hour, 60 km per hour and 63 km per hour. So we go for it. Here, a man in train notices that he can count 21 telephone telephones post in 1 minute. If they are known to be 50 meter apart, then at what speed is the train? Is the train traveling? Options are 55 km per hour, 57 km per hour, 60 km per hour, and 63 km per hour. So here we go. Number of gaps between between 21 telephone post, 20 distance traveled in 1 minute, equals to 50 into 20 equals to 100,000 minute equals to meter 1 kilometer. So speed equals to 60 kilometer per hour. Next we go for it, and that is the 26th question of the session, and that we have as follows. The question is, sound is said to travel in air at about 1100 feet per second. A man hears that the axe striking your tree 11 by 5 seconds after he sees it strikes the tree. How far is the man from the wood chopper? Option, this is been asked in the MBA examination paper, and the options were 2197 feet, 2420 feet, 2500 feet, and 2629 feet. So here we go for the same. Sound is said to travel in air at about 1100 feet per second. A man hears the axe striking the tree 11/5 seconds. After he sees it, strike the tree. How far is the man from? Man from the wood chopper. That has been asked in MBA examination paper. Options were 2197 feet, 2420 feet, 2500 feet, and 2629 feet. So let's go for the same here. Distance is equals to 1100 into 11/5 feet equals to 2420 feet. So next we talk about for another one, which is another important question. That is, we have as follows. Is the 27th question of the session. An express train travel at an average speed of 100 km per hour, stopping for 3 minutes after every 75 km. How long did it take to reach the destination 600 km from the starting point? So for that, we'll go for it. An express train traveled at an average speed of 100 km per hour, stopping for 3 minutes after every 25 km. How long did it take to reach its destination? Three hundred, 600 km from the starting point. And that has been asked in the math examination paper. So let's find out the solution here. And that is, we go for the same. Time taken to cover 600 km. upon 100 hours, which is equal to 6 hours. Number of stoppages to 600 upon 75 cos minus 1 cos to 7. Total time of stoppage 3 into 7 minutes, which is equals to 21 minutes. Hence, total time taken equals to 6 hours 21 minutes. Now we go for another question. That has been the another important one that we have as follows. Let's go for the 28th question of the session here. So 28th question of the session we have here, that is, a certain distance is covered by a cyclist at a certain speed. If the jogger covers half the distance is in double the time, the ratio of the speed of the jogger to that of the cyclist is, the options are 1:2, 2:1, 1:4, and 4:1 as well. So we go for that. It is your 28th question. A certain distance is covered by the cyclist at a certain speed. If the jogger covers half the distance in double, that time the ratio of the speed of the jogger to that of the cyclist is. Ratio is 1:2, 2:1, 1:4, 4:1. So here we go. And we have as follows. Let the distance covered by the cyclist be x and the time taken be y, then required ratio equals to 1/2x upon 2y equals to this ratio by x by y, it is equals to 1/4:1 equals to 1:4. Now we go for another question, that is your 29th question of the session, and that we have as follows. The question we have, A motor car starts with a speed of 70 km per hour, with its speed increasing every 2 hours here by 10 km per hour. Is how many hours will it cover 345 kilometers? That has been asked in the bank view question paper. Options were 2 1 by 4 hours, 4 hours 5 minutes, 4 1 by 2 hours. Cannot be determined, and none of these, so we go for the same. A motor car starts with the speed of 70 km per hour, with its speed increasing every 2 hours by 10 km per hour. In how many hours will it cover 345 kilometers? That has been asked in the bank view question paper. Option is 2 1 by 4 hours, 4 hour 5 minutes, 4 1 by 2 4 hours. Cannot be determined, and none of these. So here we go for the same that we have as follows. So let's go for it. Distance covered in first 2 hours. Distance covered in first 2 hours equals to 70 into 2 kilometer, which is equals to 140 kilometer. Another we have distance covered in next 2 hours. Equals to 80 into 2 kilometers, which is equals to 160 kilometers. Speed remaining distance equals to 345 minus 140 plus 160 equals to 45 kilometers. Now speed in the fifth hours. So for the same, it will be the remaining distances we have find. Speed in the fifth hour equals to 90 km per hour. So time taken to cover 45 km equals to 45 by 90 hours, which is equals to 1 by 2 hours, and total time taken equals to 2 plus 2 plus 1 by 2 equals to 4 1 by 2 hours here. Now we talk about for the rest question in the next coming class, which is of course being the important one here. So answer is 4 1 by 2 hours here. So let's find it out. Thank you, hope you enjoy this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give a suggestion on the comment box. Please like, share and subscribe so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and then you can also enjoy the video as well. Other than this, we had done your reasoning, which is your verbal reasoning and the non-verbal reasoning. In terms of it, we had done your chemistry part 1 and part 2 we are dealing, physics part 1 we are dealing here. In terms of quantitative aptitude, we have started with arithmetical ability, where we had completed your numbers, SCF and LCF of numbers, decimal fractions, simplifications, square roots and cube roots, problems on numbers, problems on ages, sorts and indices, percentage, profit and loss, ratio and proportion, partnership, chain rule, time and work, pipe and system, time and distance, problems on train, boards and streams, allegations of mixture, simple interest, compound interest, logarithm, area, volume and surface area, races and games of skills, calendar, clock, stars and chains, permutations and combination, probability to discount, bankers discount, height and distance, odd and odd series. In data interpretation, we have to cover up the tabulations, bar graph, pie charts and line graph. So here we're gonna end up with. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give a suggestion on the comment box. Thank you.